Just coming up to 4:45, and we're off ship watching today. We're looking for a 3-masted barque, the Kaskelot. Just finished a major refit at Neilsons yard in Gloucester. Excuse me. And today she's heading out back to her natural habitat, out to sea. I'm hoping to catch her going through the lock at Sharpness. She's due down there about 7ish. Quick allowances for time and tide. I shall have a quick bite of breakfast and head off down there. Shouldn't be much traffic this time of day, this time of the morning. I'll see you down there. I might even be awake by then. Sharpness dock, just before 7 AM. It's not too cold, it's the start of December, too bad. Here to see the Kaskelot go through, we hope. There's already a ship in the lock there waiting to come through. No sign of the Kaskelot, but it is a bit dark. An overspill there from the lock. Not quite sure why that's happening. Hasn't got too much water in the canal. This is the scene downriver. We're probably about 3/4 of an hour from high water. I can hear the water running down there. Seven bridges in that direction, and then Barque over there. Just about there. See if we get the Severn Bridge. Camera can't cope. Right, one out. Right, heading for the outer lock and off out to sea. He's just put his foot down. Sharpness dock at 8:30 in the morning, and the story is the Kaskelot's not coming through today. Apparently she's held up because of paperwork. Meanwhile, the dock continues with a very noisy loading procedure. Seem to be leaking more off that thing than they're putting in the truck. And the Kaskelot is up here someplace. One mystery solved: why the dock was overflowing. Having a little foray through the undergrowth to what is allegedly where they've got the Kaskelot parked. Moored, I think they call it. It's rather pretty, but it's not where I want to go. One dead end, so look for another track. In fact, that's where she is. You can just see the masts. She's hiding right up there. Go and have a look. Quite a sight even from this distance. I'll have to tiptoe past all these people who possibly might still be abed. We saw one mystery as to why the water's overflowing the lock gates, and they've had to raise the water level in the canal. It's normally only got 9 feet depth these days. It's not dredged, and the Kaskelot draws 13 feet. Do the math, and they've had to raise the level in the canal to get her down this far. One mystery down. Still hear the noise of them loading coal over there. They've travelled a long way today. Here's one of the bigger vessels moored up. That must be a bit of a squeeze here and there down this canal. Twin rudder on it, so that's made for manoeuvrability. In its chosen place is some sort of barge. Tranquil scene. There's no lock gates on this canal, so they've had to raise the level for the whole 17 miles. It's taking a bit of water from somewhere. And there she is, becalmed by bureaucracy. She can fight storms at sea, but she can't match a civil servant. I suspect they forgot to dot an I or cross a T, so here she stands waiting for the correct paperwork. 100 years ago you wouldn't give her a second glance because they were 2 a penny up this canal. These days you're prepared to get up before 6 and walk 5 miles to see it. Wonderful sight. Fortunately, with this flat light there aren't any harsh shadows to stop you getting the rigging. And every one of those ropes has a name and a specific function. Wow. She was supposed to be renamed, but there's Kaskelot at the moment. A 3-masted barque, just in case you're interested. From here you can see they got a couple of the yards crossed at an angle. That's to give her clearance past the bridges. Although they nearly had a disaster going out of Gloucester when the bowsprit just missed the lift bridge by inches. With 400 tons behind it, I don't think it would have been a happy result. No figurehead. Story is the owner didn't like it, so they had to take it off and scrap it and start it again. Swabbing the decks in true naval fashion. Right, I think that concludes Tuesday. See if we make it Wednesday. Well, here we have Mallard Central. I guess it's possible that the higher water level has raised them off their usual perch, so they've all come here for a tinter. A bit argumentative. A coot joining in the festivities. Lot of moaning going on. I suppose we'd all moan if we'd just been flooded out. Or somebody with a stupid boat. Bit of a flyby. Well, what I need to get into my tiny little brain, of course, is if you're going to walk 3 or 4 miles to a ship, you've got to walk 3 or 4 miles back. So, some interest on the way. All these ships which were beached here to shore up the bank. I guess it's all rather pretty. So ships rusting away quietly and in peace. A little bit more autumnal colouring over there. then down to the docks. There's all the liveaboards. Somebody's home. Here's why you need a pilot on this river, or rather, here's why you got the canal. A rather fierce tide. You wouldn't want to get caught in that. This is the result of raising the canal level, so we're spilling quite spectacularly. This is the old sea lock. And the currents out there tell you why they stopped using it. That's the old dock basin. We're headed up there. Which brings us to here, with a small amount of industrial pollution and the car about 3/4 of a mile away. Nice. Well, there's another possible reason why the Kaskelot didn't sail. They're having to work on the bridge. So is it paperwork or is it maintenance that's holding her up? That's the way to fix it. Well, bridge or paperwork, we will probably never know, but I do know that at 10:30 I'm ready for breakfast. We're off in search. Wednesday morning, 7 o'clock, second attempt. See what happens today. Everything's set to roll. All we need is a ship. That's the lock gates there. It takes you into the sea basin. I don't think they'll be able to open all the gates. I don't think the sea's going to oblige by being high enough, so she's going to have to wait in there while they lock her down, we hope. That, if I'm not mistaken, is the masthead light. Yeah, and that confirms it, of the Kaskelot coming actually down the canal. Well spotted, I think. Here she comes in the half light. A little bit difficult to make her out with the lights. She's under her own power today. It's now about 7:45. A little bit of drizzle has eased off. Quite good. That's a sight you won't see every day. Got a pilot boat. Quite colourful. She has to approach slowly because they've got to stop it in the length of the dock. Otherwise it goes out the gate at the back. Crew all huddled up on deck. Trying to get the brakes on. Actually, she looks quite small in that lock. gone into reverse. Get the brakes on, equivalent of. And they've stopped it. Well, no dramas, huh? Oh, they're going to get that wet. Hard luck, lads. Okay, time to move.